From a hit that almost ended a player's career to another hit that almost shaped out this player's teeth. Here are the 15 biggest hits we've seen in the game.
Oh, we have a fight on the other side. Look at this.
Flags come down. Oh, there's punching now.
Yeah, Finnegan and
Back in 2008, the New York Jets went up against the San Francisco 49ers in a game that the boys from San Fran had completely dictated. With 2 minutes and 4 seconds left to play, they were up by 10 points and weren't looking to let go of the pedal. It was right about that time a 7-yard pass across the middle came in for Jets' wide receiver, Brad Smith. And just as he had a hold of the ball, the vicious rushing 49ers linebacker, Patrick Willis, crashed right into Smith's helmet. By the time he was back on his feet, he was all woozy and couldn't last long up. It was later revealed that he had suffered a concussion from the encounter. Willis proved why he was called Bam Bam. At least there's an onomatopoeia we could use to qualify Willis's hit. This next player couldn't hear a thing after getting slammed. In 2017, the 49ers played the Rams, and just as wide receiver Marquise Goodwin was about to bag a pass, he got whacked by Rams' cornerback, Blake Countess. Just as he got stretched out of the Los Angeles Coliseum, he stuck out a thumbs up to assure the crowd that he might have just caught that invisible stuff he was reaching for. And get this was Goodwin's 4th concussion in 14 months. Damn! This next hit was very similar to something you would see on a baseball pitch. In 2014, the Rams beat the Broncos 22-7. However, that scoreline wasn't the biggest bomb dropped on the Denver side. During the game, a long field pass to Broncos' wide receiver, Emmanuel Sanders, went over his reach, but he didn't want to let it go. Going full stretch to get hold of the ball, the raging Rodney McLeod collided with him mid-air. It was outright epic. The hit was quite controversial because Rodney never got fined or suspended for the concussion he caused Sanders. It was a legal tackle and was deemed fit. But there was no way Sanders felt fit after getting hit that way. I know I tagged the McLeod-Sanders hit as epic, but you see, what Jay Jones pulled off on Jeff Heath had no adverbs to match. In a game between the Cowboys and the Falcons, a pass was overthrown deep for Julio Jones, with the ball falling in the hands of Cowboy safety Jeff Heath. In a blimp second, Jones transformed attack to defense and landed a stick hit on the man. I don't think you get this shit. It takes peak athleticism to pull off a stunt like that. And for Heath, I don't think he felt so good after that. Well, this next hit turned the NFL into the MMA. In a game between both sides back in 2017, Kiko Alonso flung his body at Flacco heavily to create the most gruesome tackle the quarterback had encountered. The hit was so bad that his helmet couldn't take it anymore and came off. The Raven players weren't big fans of what had just happened, and in turn, went in for a scuffle with Alonso and the rest of the Dolphins that cared for some cheap shots. Alonso's hit was so bad, Flacco required stitches on his ear and was taken off the game. In 2021, the Falcons faced the Panthers in a tight game. From a pass thrown from the Panthers' quarterback to receiver Robbie Anderson, this catastrophic hit was born. Eric Harris looked certain to turn the man completely inside out. Like, look at poor Robbie. He just laid rolled up on the floor. I'm sure he couldn't feel his abdomen. Back in 2020, Matt Moore was the backup quarterback for the Dolphins. And as a result of one or two circumstances, he had to step up to start the game that night. In an attempt to move the ball forward from a scramble, Moore decided to slightly move to the flank. But just as he kept hesitating, the thunderous Steeler linebacker, who had just returned to the team, Bud Dupree, came in like a heavy missile on Moore. Moore surely didn't know what hit him. I'm sure if you asked him at that moment, he still wouldn't have known what hit him, man. I mean, look at the force of this big guy. But believe me, that isn't the hardest Steeler hit you'll see in the game. These lads are relentless. The Steelers faced the Patriots in 2008, during the time Wes Welker still graced the NFL with his footballing skills. However, when a throw came in for the then wide receiver, Ryan Clark, a Steeler linebacker slammed the sun's brightness out of him. He turned him inside out. Ryan didn't intend to go this hard on the man, and sent in an apology after the game. And as for Welker, Well, Wilkes was a big boy at the time. He stood up and walked it off like a champ. In a game against the Colts, Baltimore Ravens' safety, Ed Reed attempted to get in position for it. Somehow, it wasn't. Reed, obvious the whole hit 100 times funnier, was his teammate Ray Lewis's reaction to the whole hit. Lewis did enjoy that hit. The Titans were up against the Colts in 2007 and in charge of the attacking possession. Just as Henry was about to clench a long ball punt from a Titan play, Daryl Reed from the Colts went straight through him and connected for a tremendous hit. But this next hit was so bad that this player remained paralyzed for the rest of his life. Back in 1978, Daryl Stingley played as a wide receiver for the New England Patriots, and during a preseason game against the Oakland Raiders, he got involved in one of the darkest moments in the NFL. Just as he stretched out to receive a pass, he got collided into by defensive back Jack Tatum. Tatum hit Stingley so bad that his spinal cord got compressed. Stingley survived the hit, but he never played football ever again, as he remained quadriplegic till he died in 2007. Back then, this wasn't considered an illegal hit, but for the sake of players' safety, unnecessary rough shit like that got canceled. As insane as this next hit was, what this player did after it was way more out of pocket. During the 2021 regular season, the Buccaneers faced the Saints. Just as Tom Brady flung a pass in for his wide receiver, Chris Godwin, the notorious PJ Williams gave him a twisting low hit. Godwin landed awkwardly with his neck and immediately left the field for his care. It was later revealed that he tore his ACL from the encounter with Williams. But what was quite ironic was the way PJ celebrated the hit, like there was a bounty on Godwin. He pulled off a little giddy, then flexed his muscles as he had just completed a 50-yard dash touchdown. Some players are completely extreme. At least it was a 1v1 situation here. Have you seen a 3v1 hit before? In 2013, the Buccaneers played the New York Jets. In an attempt to make progress down the other end of the pitch, Jets' receiver, Jeremy Curley, catches the ball and makes his way near the 30-yard mark on the gridiron. Now, not one, but three hefty Buccaneers defenders completely sandwiched Curley as to stop his quite ambitious adventure. His helmet couldn't even take it, and immediately flew off. Damn, all three men wanted out of the fun. Now, let's get to our final two hits. And what you're about to see are completely cold-blooded. In 2017, during a game between the Bears and the Packers, Davante Adams almost lost his life and some of his dentures as a result of this hit from Danny Trevathan.
Up the middle screen to Adams. Ooh, he got popped in the face. Oh my! Mouth guard comes out and they're asking for help right away.
Damn! Adams' mouth guard flew out and went black immediately after the whack. Trevathan is well known for his bad hits on receivers, but this one was peak. And for our number one, we have the hit that some say completely changed Antonio Brown's life. In an AFC wildcard game between the Bengals and the Steelers in 2016, the boys from Pittsburgh managed to come out victorious with an 18-16 win, but certainly not complete. Brown wasn't whole after his encounter with Burfict. 22 seconds to play, the Steelers looked to bag more passing distance from a long 40-yard throw. However, this pass sent in for Bengal receiver Antonio Brown got intercepted. But after that interception, the heavy Vontaze Burfict collided with Brown midair, head first, and had Brown knocked out. Brown was concussed and got sidelined for the next few months. From there, it was downhill for his career, as he never fully recovered from that hit. I'm sure he still sees Vontaze when he sleeps. And that's all we have for you today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more dope content like this one. See you next time.